Welcome to Maths for All. I'm Aisling Flynn. Pause the video in a moment to read a little bit about me, my background and what I aim to do. This lesson is called Natural Numbers 1.2. We're going to look at the decimal system and how to use it in addition and subtraction. This may seem very basic for those who are good at maths, but sometimes it is useful to remind ourselves how the numbers work. So the decimal system. Deci means 10. Our counting system is based around groups of 10. It is a decimal system of counting. We will begin by counting things or objects in units. And a unit is one. A unit is one single object. We'll use diagrams to show the numbers at first. For example, this picture shows 3 units. This is 7 units. And this is 10 units. But you can imagine as we go bigger, you'll soon get tired of drawing orange squares. So we can say that 10 units is 1/10 and represented like this. Let's look at some larger numbers. Here we have 12. 12 is made up of 10 plus 2, or 1/10 and 2 units. This number shows 34. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 4, or we have 3 10s and 4 units. Again, you're going to get tired of drawing tens as you move to very big numbers. So we will use the fact that 10 tens is 100 and show it like this. So what do some larger numbers look like? Here we have 100 plus 100, which is 200s, 5 tens, and 8 units, which altogether make 258. Okay, so we just looked at that to help us in our addition. We will use what we know of the decimal system to add natural numbers. Adding means to put together. Remember, we're first going to count the units. When we get to 10 of those, 10 units is 1/10, 10 tens are 100, etc. And we're going to use these examples to illustrate how to add. Okay, we'll start with the simplest, and I'm going to show it visually as much as I can. Okay, so 4 plus 3, we give 4 dots and 3 x's. We're going to draw it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3. So 4 plus 3, and if you count that, you see we have 7. Okay, the next one, we give dots to 8 and x's to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's 8 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you look here, we have 1/10 and 3 units, which makes 13. All right. Okay, so what happens when we go into double digits? Well, to simplify things, I'm going to separate our numbers into tens and units. Okay, so we write 12 as 1, 2. Under tens, 1/10 and 2 units. We're going to add that to 23, which is 2 tens and 3 units. And we're going to add them down the way. So let's look at how many units do we have first. Well, we have 2 plus 3, which is 5. And how many tens do we have? 1 plus 2, which is 3. So here we see our answer for the addition. 12 plus 23 equals 35. All right. Similarly, we'll do this one, 2 double-digit numbers. We write them one on top of the other. 1, 5 for 15, 3 tens and 6 units for 36. We'll add them together, beginning with the units. Okay, so 5 and 6 makes 11, and the number 11 consists of 1 unit and 1 10. So that's 11. 1 10 and 1 unit. So we'll write the 1 unit under the units, but we'll write the 1 10 over here. So here's my 11. 1 10, 1 unit. And so we will count this 10 with the others. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5 in total. Okay, so 15 plus 36 is 51. All right, now we'll see that again in later examples. This is what is commonly called carrying. So you have a double-digit number. As a result here, you put the unit 1 here and you carry your tens over to here. All right, next one we have 3 digits. So we have hundreds, tens and units. So 123 looks like that. And we have 456 looks like that. We're going to add them, pluses for add. So again, always begin with the units. 3 plus 6 gives 9 units. 2 plus 5 gives 7 tens. And 1 plus 4 gives 5 hundreds. So the answer to this addition is 579. Continuing, we have 456 plus 27. So 27 is 2 tens and 7 units. Okay, starting with the units always. 6 plus 7 is 13. Now 13 is made up of 3 units and 1 10. So 3 units and 1 10. Counting all the tens, with 5 and 2 is 7, and this one makes 8. And hundreds, we have 4 plus nothing, so just 4. So the answer to this addition is 483. All right, next one. We have 789 added to 123. Units again. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 is 2 units and 1 10. Now 8 plus 2 is 10 tens. 10 tens and 1 is 11 tens. So now we're going into the hundreds. Okay, so 11 tens, as you know, is 110. So what does it look like here? 11 tens, well, we have 1 10 and 100. Okay, so put down your single digit and your 1 goes here. How many hundreds do we have? 7 plus 1 plus 1 makes 9. So the result is 912. Okay, next example. So this is our largest example with the biggest numbers. 1 2 3 4. So we have 4 digits, meaning this time we go to the thousands. We add that to 9876. Okay, always begin with the units. 4 plus 6 is 10, and 10 is no units, 1 10. Okay, with the tens we have 3 plus 7 is 10, but with this one makes 11 tens. So 1 10 over here and carry into the hundreds. Now look at the hundreds. We have 2 plus 8, which is 10 hundreds. Now 10 hundreds, of course, is thousands. All right, we'll be going in here. 2 plus 8 plus 1 makes 11. So again, 1 down, carry your 1. And here we've got 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So repeating again, 1 down, carry your 1. So in this answer, we go into the 10,000s. Okay, we have a 5-digit number. So the answer to this addition is 11,110. You may be asked to carry out addition in many different ways. There are many ways of asking you to add numbers. For example, what is the sum of 175 and 56. It's asking you to add those two numbers to find their sum or their total. What is 12 plus 13? So there you add 12 plus 13. Written questions can be used. Students from 3 different schools went to a talk in the local university. School A brought 23 students, School B brought 33 students, and School C brought 36 students. How many students attended the talk altogether? So that word altogether asks you to find the total or the sum, and so you would do 23 plus 33 plus 36 and find the answer. Another example, in a restaurant, the starter costs €5, the main course costs €12, and the dessert costs €6. How much was the total bill for the 3-course meal? So the key word there is total. It's asking you to put the numbers together to find their sum, and basically to add those 3 numbers. What is 20 more than 53? So we start at 53. What is 20 more? 20 bigger. So it's asking you to add to find that bigger number. Increase 15 by 30. So increase means to get bigger, to make it larger. If you start at 15, make it bigger by 30. So you increase it. You do 15 plus 30. Can you think of any more ways you've been asked to add numbers? If you wish, you could pause this slide here and you could practice your addition with those questions. So subtraction is next. So we will use what we know of the decimal system to subtract natural numbers. Okay, so subtraction means to take away. Addition meant to put together. Subtraction means to take away. Remember, we will first take the units and then we'll look at the tens. And remember, 10 units is 110 and 10 tens are 100, etc. And we'll look at that in action with the following examples. Now, some subtraction. Let's try and show visually at the beginning. So, the first one has 7, take away 3, or 7 minus 3. So, you're beginning with 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you have to take away 3 or remove 3. So 1, 2, 3. And this leaves us with 4. So the answer is 4. Okay, slightly bigger now. And I'm going to show the number 13 as 110 and 3 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 3 units. And we have to take away 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what remains is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just notice here, taking away 6, we have to go break up this 10. Okay, and 13 minus 6 is 7. So breaking up this 10, we look at that a little later, okay, in more complicated examples. Now, moving to double digits. We have 27, take away 14. So like addition, we write them one under the other. The larger number goes on top. Take away 14. Again, we always begin with the units. 7 take away 4 is 3. And 2 take away 1 is 1. So the answer to this subtraction is 13. All right. Another one. 45. So again, writing one above the other. 4 tens, 5 units. Take away 1, 10, and 8 units. Now here, we have 5 take away 8. Now that's trying to do too much. You don't have 8 to take away. or 8 is bigger than 5. So just like question 2, you're going to have to go into the next 10 to take your full 8. Okay, so how do we look at that? What we can do is we can take 10 units from here, meaning now we only have 3 tens, and move them to the units. So taking 10 units from here, bringing them to the units where there are 5, now you have a total of 15 units. So I show it by putting a little 1 here. So repeating, you're taking a 10 from here, so that reduces to 3, and you're bringing 10 units to here. So 5 units becomes 15 units. Okay, now we say to ourselves, 15 take 8. Yes, we can do that, is 7. And 3 tens take 1 10 is 2. So the answer to that subtraction is 27. Okay. Now, we'll see this process again. All right, next question has 3 digits. We have 478 minus 253. So again, the layout here is the most important. Units, tens and hundreds. Begin with the units. 8 take 3 is 5. 7 take 5 is 2. And 4 take 2 is 2. So that one was quite straightforward. The answer is 225. All right. Continuing, we have 268 subtract 36. Okay, so starting with units, 8 take 6 is 2, 6 take 3 is 3, and 2 take nothing is still 2. So quite straightforward again. Answer is 232. Okay. 3 digits again. 543 subtract 456. Okay, so starting with the units, we have 3 take 6. Okay, so 6 is bigger than 3, so to take we have to break into the next 10. So let's do that process. We're going to take a 10 from here, 1 10, bring it to the units where it is 10 units. So we have 3 and 10 is 13 units. So again, that's taking from here, 110 is 10 units. And now we can say 13 minus 6 is 7. And move to the tens. Now 3 take 5. We have the same issue here. 5 is bigger than 3. So we have to go to the next level. Remember that 100, taking 100, is equal to 10 tens. So 3 tens now becomes 13 tens. 100 from here makes 10 of these. So 13 take 5 is 8. And here we have 4 take 4, which is nothing. You can write a 0 if you wish. But the answer to this subtraction is 87. Okay. And then we have the big one here at the end, where we have 5 digits. So we're going into the 10,000s. Not always written like this. This is my own rough work. So I have 11,110. No units. Subtract. Now we have a smaller number, only 4 digits. Remember, you're always starting with the units lined up. So if you want to write it backwards, it might help. You 4, 3, 2, 1, or 1,234. It's important that you're lined up here on the right hand side. So look at this. We have 0 take 4. Now 4 is bigger than 0. So this is where we do what we call the borrowing. We're going to take 110 from here, which leaves us with nothing. But we're bringing 10 units here. So 0 plus 10 is 10. And 10 minus 4 is 6. Okay, move to the next step. We have 0 take 3. Same problem. 3 is bigger than 0. Go to the next level. Take 1 from there and add 10 here. So we have 10 minus 3 is 7. Okay, it looks a little messy, but when you repeat it a few times, you get the hang of it. Again, 0 minus 2. Right, we need to take from the next level. That becomes 0 and that becomes 10. So take 1 from here, makes 10 of these. This is our decimal system. And 10 minus 2 is 8. And finally, yes, again, same issue, 0 minus 1. We need to take from here and add 10 to here. 10 minus 1 is 9. So here we have our final answer, which is 9,876. So there are many ways of asking you to subtract numbers. And I have highlighted in bold some of the key words that might tell you to subtract. Here are some examples. What is the difference between 45 and 23? So it's asking you how many numbers between 45 and 23, and you would do 45 minus 23. Or a simpler question is, what is 27 minus 13? So you take away. A word question might read like, Johnny had 20 euros. He bought a t-shirt for 15 euro. How much money had he left? Or it might ask you, how much money remained? So it's 20 minus 15. This question asks, what is 20 less than 53? So less than means smaller. So beginning at 53, what is 20 smaller? You do 53 minus 20. This is an instruction. Decrease 40 by 10. So begin at 40 and go down by 10. 40 minus 10. So can you think of any other ways you can be asked to subtract? You can pause this video now if you wish to practice your subtraction using these questions. Now it's your turn to do it. So for my class, I have a quick quiz on natural numbers called Natural Numbers 1, and you'll have access to that. And then you can practice your addition and subtraction using the worksheet provided called Written Exercises Natural Numbers 1. Best of luck.